Can I help you with something?
I am him.
Come again? I didn't quite understand you there.
Who is in charge here? Is Detective Brooks working?
He is, but what can I help you with? I've been here for a while, and I've not seen your face in here before, buddy. Is this about a crime or something?
You could say it's about a crime. Sure. A crime that's going to happen.
What do you mean, going to happen? Is there something you need to confess?
Tonight, you will go home, and your mother will be found dead on your living room floor. She will die of a heart attack. In fact, it's happening right now.
Okay, first of all, how did you know my mother lived with me? And second of all, what the hell did you just say? You mentioned earlier you're him. What did you mean by that?
I am the Harbinger. The one who walks before the fall. But let's keep it simple. Call me the devil, if you wish.
Is this some sort of sick trick? It's not funny! I'm going to call my mother right now.
Go ahead. Call her, but she won't answer. Officer, she's already gone. Heart stopped not more than a minute ago.
Oh, this can't be.
You see, I know things that are, that have been, and that yet will be. I come here not just to confess, but to proclaim.
I'm Detective Brooks. This seems to be the problem here.
Ah, Detective. We were just discussing the future. I was about to suggest we move our little chat to a more private setting.
A tall man wearing all black. His middle-length black hair covered his face as he pointed to one of the interrogation rooms.
I need to get a hold of my mother. She's not answering her phone, and this asshole claims she's dead.
Absolutely. Do what you need to. As for you, do I need to put you in handcuffs or anything?
Do as you wish. Chains were only able to hold me for 1,000 years. Not sure what you think those little things could do.
No, I feel you're a danger to yourself and me. So, until I figure out what this is about, I'm gonna contain you. Right this way.
I told Officer Grant there, I am he, one of many. I am Satan.
I'm sure you are. Take a seat. You wanted to see me? Well, here I am.
Indeed, here you are, and here I am, exactly where I need to be. Detective Lucas Brooks.
You think using my real name is going to scare me or something? I'm the lead detective of the unit here. My name is plastered everywhere.
Have you heard from Officer Grant? By now, I'm sure he's freaking out that his poor mother is dead.
All right, enough! You drug me out of dealing with crime scene paperwork to talk to me. Well, here I am, and I'll be damned if I call you Satan. So what is your real name?
My real name? But that's the least interesting thing about me. However, if formalities must be observed, I do have identification. But let me assure you, Detective, what's printed on a piece of plastic means less tonight than ever before.
Show me. Now.
There. A name for your files. But as I said, it's just part of the skin suit I'm wearing. This body, this identity, they're just tools, facades, and after tonight, you'll understand that fully. You will know me as Satan, nothing more, nothing less, and everything I'm about to tell you will prove that I am who I say I am.
So, Herman Trent. You walk in here claiming future events, trying to spook us with predictions and nicknames. So what's your game? What are you really after?
I prefer H-Trent, my dear detective. If only it were something as trivial as a game. No, what I bring is a glimpse of the inevitable. It starts tonight, right here, right now. That paperwork for the crime scene you're working on? The murder was done by a man named Lewis. I don't have his address, so don't even bother with that. However, if you look near the exit ramp of 77 off of the interstate of Camden Avenue, exit 173 onto Route 95, keep going till you hit Point Drive. You will come to a dead-end road. This gentleman named Lewis hit a girl under the influence, buried her out in a heavily wooded area, close to a shed in someone's yard with white siding. He debated on putting her in the river, but anxiety got the best of him. He used tools he had in his car, buried her not deep. There's the end to your crime.
Are you confessing?
I'm confessing nothing, detective. Send your squad out there. The smell will start to bother the residents here soon.
Listen, I'm not sending my squad out to investigate a hit and run turned into a murder on a hunch that someone that calls themselves Satan may have had a plan in. But keep in mind, Mr. Trent, that this is all being recorded. I pointed to the camera in the upper left-hand corner of the room, reminding Trent where he was.
Oh, I'm well aware, detective. Do you have a pen and paper nearby?
Why? You going to write some more prophecies?
Something like that. Give me a pen and paper.
And what if I don't? Say I just lock you up right here, right now. That drunk driver turned murder incident is enough to get you locked away. Only someone involved would know something like that. So here's what I think. I think you were involved, and you're trying to paint a crime scene you did, or that you know about. Coming in here trying to say that you know the future. What do you take me for? Have you ever been seen for bipolar disorder?
No, now give me my pen and paper.
Hey, did you hear from Officer Grant?
Not since he left. What happened?
Turns out his mother passed while he was working here, right on his living room floor.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, why? What's up?
There's a man in my interrogation room claimed that would happen, just now, and he mentioned something else too. Did you hear anything about a hit and run off the exit ramp? Something about a buried body?
A buried body? No, nothing like that, but if you think it's worth checking out...
Send a squad out there. Now. Check near the Camden Avenue exit, Route 95 to Point Drive. Look for a dead-end road, heavily wooded area near a shed with white siding. He said the smell would start bothering the residents soon.
Alright, I'll get him moving.
Here. You said you needed these?
Thank you, detective. You'll want to keep this safe. It might just change how you see the world.
Just start talking, Trent. What are you writing? Answer me. How did you know about Officer Grant's mother? You just come in here saying you're Satan and start spewing all this stupid shit like you're some kind of god, and you just expect us to believe it? How do I know you're not part of these things you're talking about?
It is done.
What the hell is this? A list of names?
Indeed. Notice anything on the list near the bottom?
As I scrolled down the list, I saw it was mostly detectives' names. Mine was at the top and the very bottom above his, which was written in cursive. At the very bottom was H-Trent. So what am I supposed to do with this, Trent?
That is the list of detectives that will be interviewing me here, starting tomorrow. As for now, go ahead, do as you must.
Brooks here.
Brooks, confirmation from the squad. They found something out at Point Drive. You're gonna want to see this.
On my way.
No worries, detective. I'll gladly stay here.
Should I call your lawyer?
Now, that would be interesting. Give me a lawyer who hasn't already sold their soul to me.
Knock off the bullshit. Just answer the question. Do you want a lawyer?
No need for one, detective. I'm quite comfortable speaking for myself.
Stay put. I'm getting someone to escort you to a cell. Officer, I need you to escort the suspect in interrogation room 3 to a cell. Keep an eye on him. Don't let his talk get to you. He's interesting. He throws around predictions and secrets like some dark prophet from a tale. How does he know these things? If he's just a man, then there's a leak or a trick at play. But his accuracy, it doesn't add up like any con or scam I've ever seen. And yet, here I am, chasing down one of his predictions. If there's truth to his words, what then? Does it lend credence to his claims? Or is it just another layer to his game? This list, those names, it's as if he's weaving us all into his narrative, making us characters in his unsettling drama. I need to see this for myself. If there's something out there, it could change everything. If not, then it's just another thread in a web of lies. Either way, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
I don't know who this guy is, but shortly after we came out here, like you suggested, we found her.
Officer Hanson pointed to the victim lying on the ground with a white sheet over the body. Mind if I take a look?
Not at all. I'm glad you got here before they wheeled her off.
And there she was, just as Trent said, buried shallowly near a shed, off that deserted road. That makes him 2 for 2 now. He predicted the exact location and details of the grisly scene. Details only the perpetrator could know. Or someone with a dark gift. This is Brooks. I need a full workup on one Herman Trent. Check everything. Prior arrests, known associates, any flags on his records. And hurry.
So what do you make of this?
Either this guy is deeply involved in some way, shape, or form, or...
You don't really believe in all that stuff, do you?
No, I don't. But he's 2 for 2 now. My shift ends here. I'm gonna head back home and try to rest. Do me a solid and monitor this guy. If he does anything weird, call me, okay?
Sure thing.
Home at last. But tonight, the comfort of home feels overshadowed. as if the shadows of my cases followed me through the door. I'm greeted by the comforting sounds of my family. Dinner's nearly ready, and the normalcy is a stark contrast to the chaos of my day.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey everyone, sorry I'm late.
Just in time for dinner. How was your day?
It's ongoing. Let's just enjoy the meal. Dinner passes with usual family chatter, but my mind is elsewhere. I engage, but my thoughts keep drifting back to the case.
You seem distracted tonight. Anything you want to talk about?
Just a tough case. I might need to work a bit more tonight after we put the kids to bed.
Okay, love. Don't stay up too late. You need your rest too. I'll tuck the kids in.
Thanks, babe. I'll check on them on my way in. With the family settled and the house quiet, I retreat to my office. The case files spread out before me like a challenging puzzle. 2 for 2 now, Trent. What's your game? What are you really after? As the night deepens, so does the mystery. Every correct prediction by Trent pulls me deeper into a narrative I never imagined possible. If he's not involved, then how? It's as if he's playing a game, but only he knows the rules. I'm caught in a story that defies logical explanation, chasing answers to questions I never thought I'd ask. Whatever the truth, I need to uncover it soon, before more lives are entangled in this twisted game. I sat my phone down on the desk, hoping to get a call from dispatch about Trent. But nothing. 1:30. Need to stop and get some rest. I made my way out of the office, checking on my kids in their bedroom. Both Anna and Lee were asleep. Doing my nightly routine, I made my way to my bed. Sleep overcame me. Detective Brooks here.
Brooks, it's Keller from District 9. Sorry to wake you, but you need to hear this. I saw where you put in a background check for a Herman Trent. I thought I would reach out because I have a Herman Trent that was arrested for a DUI in my district not long ago.
Was he involved in a DUI hit and run? I just found a victim last night.
No, it was just a routine DUI here in District 9. But I'm planning to interview him tomorrow myself. It sounds like there's more to this Trent than meets the eye.
Be prepared. He's claiming to be some sort of deity.
That's okay. We'll handle it. Thanks for the heads up.
I have to go, Keller. Something's not right here.
Stay safe, Brooks.
I hung up the phone and felt the stillness of the night weigh heavily around me. Something was off. Grabbing the keys from my bedside from my gun case, I unlocked it and pulled out my handgun, ready for whatever might be waiting in the shadows. What now? Hello? That window wasn't open earlier. I made sure everything was locked up before bed.
Is everything okay down there?
Yeah, I just thought I heard something. The back window is open. I'm gonna check around. My heart pounds as I secure the window. The reality of the situation sinking in. There's no sign of forced entry. No one in sight. Yet the open window is a silent testament to the vulnerability of our home. Could Trent's reach extend this far? Or is it just a coincidence? Everything's secure now. I'm just gonna check the perimeter to be sure. As I step outside, the cool night air brushes against my face. a stark contrast to the false security of the indoor lights. The shadows loom larger now, each one a hiding place of untold secrets. This night, this case, is far from over. And sleep, it seems, will be a luxury not afforded to me. The next day.
Is this him?
It is. Like I said this morning, watch yourself. He's claiming to be Satan.
What?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Detectives, I've been expecting you.
Oh yeah? Is that right? Well then I assume you know who this is?
Mr. Trent?
A small silence filled the room. Herman's face stared directly at Detective Keller.
Well, do you? He asked you a question.
Detective Brooks, have you checked the list?
What does that have to do with anything?
Check my list.
I'll check your list as soon as you tell me who the hell you're working for.
Working for? I already told you why I'm here. I'm working for myself.
If that's so, and you are who you claim you really are, then why not walk through the cell bars last night? I also want you to tell me why the hell you had one of your goons snooping around my place last night.
Your place? Detective Keller, I hope you didn't drive all this way to hear Detective Brooks crack these terrible jokes. What? Don't look at me so shocked. I of course know who you are. Did you think I forgot about our first encounter in your district? No, I didn't. Why exactly are you here, Detective Keller? This isn't even your district.
You tell me. You're supposed to be Satan, remember?
I see Brooks here has already given you some intel on me.
About the random man that walked into a police station to claim he's Satan. This screams publicity stunt. It has it written all over it.
Well, let me tell you something that is going to blow your mind. No magic, no bullshit. I am who I say I am. And if you don't believe me, this will happen tonight. You'll find out something so devastating that you'll blow your brains out with the very weapon the city gave you to protect it with.
You're crazy.
Let's stay on track, Herman. Someone was around my house last night. Who was it?
Detective Brooks, you're so focused on shadows. Think about it. Why would I need to send someone to your house? You're already here, aren't you? Doing exactly what I expected. Sitting across from me, just as I predicted.
Enough games, Trent. You threatened an officer of the law just now. That's another charge to add to your list. Let's stick to the facts, no more fairy tale bullshit.
Facts, right. Here's a fact, Trent. If you know so much, tell us something useful. Who was at my house last night? And why are you so interested in proving you're something more than human?
I don't need to prove anything, Detective. The proof will present itself, as it always does. As for your house, consider it a warning. You're close to something big, Brooks. Something that could either break you or make you. It's your choice how you handle it. Now check my list.
You want me to check your damn list? Fine.
Go ahead. What is it you see?
No. We're done here.
Tell me what you see.
I said we're done here. Detective Keller, thank you for your time. Sorry you wasted part of your day coming down here.
Where the hell do you two think you're going?
Excuse you? Do you need to be reminded where you are?
Sit your fucking asses down.
Let's go.
Brooks, the list. Check it now.
It's a goddamn paper with names on it, Herman. What more do you want?
Show her and read it aloud.
You're a textbook psychopath, Trent. You get off on this, don't you? Manipulating people, playing the prophet.
I just want you to show the detective here the list. Is that too much to ask?
And I said no. You aren't in control here, Herman, and you're not telling us what to do.
All right then, suit yourself. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Excuse me?
Hey, I'm Detective Jake Shaw from District 7. I heard about the man in the media portraying himself as Satan. I thought I'd come see for myself.
We haven't told the media anything yet.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Look here.
Yes, that is a very interesting question. Thank you for asking that. And that's why we are taking every precaution with the individual claiming supernatural identities, to make sure that no one is in harm's way if this person ever decides to commit such atrocities again.
See? That's why you're here, Detective Keller.
Yes, and it seems we now have more unexpected company.
Mind if I join you for a round with Mr. Satan?
Sure, the more the merrier. Let's see if he knew if you were coming too.
Welcome, detectives. Detective Shaw, isn't it? So glad you could join us today.
You knew I was coming.
Brooks, you really should check that list. Might find it enlightening.
To hell with you and your list, Herman. You didn't plan this.
Already been to hell, detective. Quite warm. Wouldn't recommend it. But the longer I'm here, the more I'm starting to miss it.
You think this is some kind of game?
Brooks, cool it. Let's not play into his hands.
He's just trying to get a rise out of us. Let's stay professional.
Fine. But no more games, Herman. Why are we on your list? What's the end game here?
Consider the Trinity, detective. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 3 in 1. Essence of the divine. Now think of its reflection. A mirror, darkened by intent. What happens when you reverse the divine number? 666. It becomes an echo of itself, a shadow in reverse. The darkness mirrors the light, detective. In every reflection, truth and deception are but whispers apart. And right about now,
Keller here. Uh-huh. Sorry, guys. I gotta go.
Yep, that's one. Check the list, detective.
I told you. I'm not checking anything.
Time for number 2.
I told you no more games. This ends tonight.
Something is ending tonight, but not this. And now,
Detective Shaw, your district called. They need you in the field.
Why didn't they try my phone?
Said they did. They said they couldn't get through for some reason.
Detective Shaw unlatched his phone from his side, checking his service. I glanced over at Herman, who had an oddly weird, satisfying look on his face. He was getting amusement out of this. Something funny to you, Herman?
all in due time, detective. In due time. I just love it when my plans come together. That's all.
You son of a... I took a leap at Herman, but Detective Shaw grabbed me by my arm, pulling me outside.
You go back in there like this, you're going to pop a gasket. What's he on about with this list?
It's this list he gave me. It's got our names on it. Here.
That's it?
That's it. This is what he's been going on about all day, other than telling Detective Keller she was going to kill herself later.
Should we be concerned about that?
No, I don't think so. But what's really concerning to me is my name is on there twice.
Yeah, I see that. Get someone to escort him back to his cell. Why don't you take the rest of the day? If your captain comes back in and reviews that tape, your ass is going to be grass. I've got to head back to my district.
Stay in touch. If anything weird happens, call me, okay?
Same goes for you.
Detective Brooks?
Escort Mr. Trent back to his cell. If he tries anything weird, call me. I need the rest of the day. I'm going home to find out more about his motives.
Understood, Detective.
As I drove away from the station, my thoughts churned around Trent's list and his chilling predictions. He was 2 for 2, somehow orchestrating events or predictions with uncanny accuracy. And my name, appearing twice on that list, what did that signify? Was it just a taunt? Or something more dire? My grip tightened on the steering wheel as I tried to piece together his game. It wasn't just about mind games. There was something he was planning. Something we hadn't yet caught on to. Why else would my family's safety suddenly feel so precarious? Pulling into my driveway, I noticed immediately something was off. The house was dark. Too dark for 6 in the evening. Ellen and the kids should have been home. A lump formed in my throat as I approached the door, my hand on my holster, preparing for the worst. Ellen? Kids? As I moved from room to room, the silence was oppressive, unnerving. Then, the living room. Chaos. Furniture overturned, papers scattered, and no sign of Ellen or the kids. It looked like a struggle had taken place. A violent one. My heart raced as fear and anger surged through me. I grabbed my phone, calling for dispatch. This is Detective Brooks. I need a unit dispatched to my house now. Herman Trent has taken my family. The words echoed in my mind. Herman Trent has taken my family, I said, with no evidence to back it up. As I stood there, looking at my house, the thought crossed my mind that I may never see my loved ones again. My wife's beautiful face, my 2 kids smiling at me. I gritted my teeth, making my way out of the house, meeting up with the officers on the scene.
Detective, what's going on?
Stay here and secure my house. Make sure you get every piece of evidence you need to get this asshole and get my family back.
Where are you going?
Back to the station to have a little chat with Mr. Trent. Driving down the road back to the station, my thoughts raced. If Herman wanted to make this personal, then personal he's going to get. His plan is coming full circle. I was about to put a stop to that plan.
Detective Brooks, we heard the call about your house and family. What are you doing here?
Bring Herman Trent to Interrogation Room 2. He took my family.
But sir, there's no...
Now, officer!
Right away!
If Herman thought he could turn this into a personal vendetta, he was sorely mistaken. His schemes were coming to a head, and I was ready to end them. No more games, no more watching from the shadows. I reached up and quickly cut the camera feed to Interrogation Room 2. No prying eyes, no recordings. Just me and him. I settled in, the silence thick in the room. It was just me and the anticipation of what was about to come. This time, it was going to be on my terms.
Here he is, sir.
Thank you, officer. If I need you, I'll call for you. I dragged one of the other chairs that wasn't being used and jammed it under the door.
I see you finished the list. This part wasn't what I predicted. Should I be concerned, detective?
Enough games, asshole. You took my family. I'm getting them back unharmed. Now tell me where they are.
This is about them. It would appear they're gone, huh? Did you ever stop to wonder why your name was last on that list?
No, enough bullshit. Where are they?
Ah, detective. You think this world bends to your will? That your threats hold sway over forces older than time itself? Your family? They're merely pawns. Pieces on a board you can't even see. You want them back? Then embrace the truth, Brooks. Your soul's already on the line. The game was never about winning. It's about knowing when you've lost. And your name being last on that list? Well, that's just destiny catching up.
I reached over, slamming Herman's head down on the table by his hair, busting his forehead open.
Where the hell did that come from?
Well, that answers that question. You do bleed.
Maybe I should contact my lawyer.
I stood up, grabbing Herman by the throat, choking him. No lawyers, no games. You're not a deity. You bleed red just like we do. You opted out of a lawyer, remember? Now, you've got 10 to 15 seconds before you're unconscious. Tell me, where is my family?
Okay. You think this changes anything, detective? You can beat me down, slam me around, but your family, they're already...
Enough of your riddles, Trent. You're not some prophet, not some demon. This is the end of your game. Let me give you a prophecy, Mr. Satan. This is a Glock handgun, and you've got one chance. You're gonna give me the exact directions to where my family is, or this bullet goes straight through your skull, out the back of your head. No bright light, no mystic devil to save you. Just darkness. Now, tell me where my family is.
All right. I'll tell you. But I'll need a pen and paper.
No more games. You want to write something? Then write in your blood. Use your finger. Right on the back of this stupid list. Taking his finger, he traced the way of the paper, scribbling out some coordinates, the blood staining the list that had haunted me for days. I snatched the paper from the table. Thank you.
Brooks, step away from the victim.
He's still alive. He winked at me.
I said step away, detective. Now. Shots fired! Send backup now! Interrogation room 2.
The captain lunged forward.
What the hell, Brooks? What did you do?
Grabbing the blood-soaked paper from my hand, shoving me back against the wall. Everything started to move in slow motion. The adrenaline, the rage. Everything started to seem like a far distant dream. They dragged me out of that room, out of that hellhole, but it didn't feel like it. Now, I sit here, in this cell.
Detective Brooks, your family is here to see you.
My family? They're safe?
The directions were legit.
Oh my god. You guys are okay. Time. Time is the only thing that will heal this wound. Herman Trent. A name I won't forget. A man that still somehow winked at me even after putting a bullet in his head. His list finally made sense to me. Everyone that was on it was involved some way, shape, or form. Detective Keller admitted herself to a psychiatric care unit for having dark thoughts after finding out her sister took her own life. Detective Shaw resigned shortly after I killed Herman Trent. Me? I'll stand trial for killing a suspect of a crime I was investigating.
Now that's what I call a devilishly good time. It's all fun and games until your family goes missing, huh, Detective Brooks? If you enjoyed our descent into darkness tonight, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to check us out on Twisted Tranquility Podcast. And if you're already tuning in from there, do us a ghastly good favor and drop us a glowing review to help us get recommended. As always, I'm the Spectre, broadcasting from the Warblade of Twisted Tranquility. Until next time, minions.